Okay, I want you to get out your unit toolbox. So on your unit toolbox, on the back side, you should have a blank set of lines, unless you've been doing what I've asked in the notes. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. You should actually have some more as well. And what we're going to focus on this is we're going to focus on the mole. Okay, so we're going to put mole under each of these. And I probably still wrote these too close to one another, so I apologize. The very first tool that you guys learned was tool 1, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. We're going to put particles, atoms, or molecules. Okay, so any one of those words can be interchanged. All right. The other tool that you learned was, I believe this was tool 2 or 22.4 liters at STP. The next one you learned was grams, and I'm going to put a question mark here because this always changes. All right, and then the next one is, and this is tool 4, is mole to mole. Now, how does this look? Well, let's take a look at this. Each of these, so if we have, and I want you to understand that all of these here are, let's say we have 6.02 particles of substance A. So whatever A is, it's going to be the same down here. Okay, and this one is going to be 22.4 liters of A over A. And this one's going to be the same thing. Grams of A is equal to mole of A. All right. Now, each of these is equal to 1. That's equal to 1. That's equal to 1. And that's equal to 1. So what happens is, what we can say, let's just say we've got chlorine. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles or atoms of chlorine is equal to 1 mole of chlorine. We can say over here that 22.4 liters of chlorine is equal to 1 mole of chlorine. Over here, we would have to look chlorine up on your periodic table, and when we look it up on your periodic table, we see that chlorine has a mass of 35, we're going to round it, 35 grams of chlorine equals to 1 mole of chlorine. So those are tools that are very simple. And notice that for each of these, they will all equal to 1. And remember, we can flip these at any point in time. What is different is this mole to mole one. Okay, these are your coefficients. So this is the only time that we can actually change. And so I want you to see this. This is where we end up changing from one substance to another substance. So let's say we go from mole of chlorine to mole of sodium. Notice that's the only time it changes. All of these are exactly the same. And in this case here, we end up having X and Y. And for X and Y, these are going to equal your coefficients in your balanced equation. So I'm going to write down right here, X and Y equal, first off, they equal numbers. Sorry about that. equal to numbers, and these numbers are your coefficients of a balanced equation. So that's what your x and y equal to for this one. All right, we'll make that y look a little bit better. Now, your a and b for that, a and b equal substances. All right, and A and B will obviously be different substances. So you could have chlorine and sodium chloride, or chlorine and sodium, or whatever combination, whatever mixture you want there. Okay. Over here for this one, remember that particles, atoms, molecules can be used interchangeably. So that's why I have this PAM. That's why I have this here. Okay. And then the A for all of these equals either an element or substance. Okay. So, and that A goes for all of them as well. Okay. So add these tools in, add these little notes down at the very bottom, sort of down in the margin of your paper, down at the very, very bottom for your unit toolbox for moles.